Freedom Flag 1776 presents this revealing interview of Governor Sarah Palin as featured on Hannity and Combs' show on the Fox News channel. We hope you enjoy this multi-part YouTube presentation.
Reform that actually happens is tough, and you can't just talk about it, and you can't just talk about your years of experience in a system, a bureaucratic system. You have to show example, and what I've done is have been able to show example as a mayor, cutting taxes every year that I was in office, as a governor now, suspending our fuel tax recently, getting our handle on the state's budget in Alaska, growing a surplus so that we could return that surplus right back to the people of Alaska, which we've recently done.
Let me go into that. The people of Alaska get, for example, there's no income tax, there's no sales tax in Alaska.
There are in individual communities.
But no state sales tax.
Correct.
The average citizen, if I was a resident of Alaska, you would write me a check every year for $2,069?
Well, depending on how the stock market's doing over the last 5 years, an average.
And then you also gave recently an extra check for $1,200?
I did, because the price of a barrel of oil is so high right now that state coffers are growing, but the family's checkbook is being decimated because of the high cost of energy.
I have to move to Alaska. New York taxes are killing me. So.
Well, what we're doing up there, though, is returning a share of resource development dollars back to the people who own the resources. And our Constitution up there mandates that as you develop resources is to be for the maximum benefit of the people, not the corporations, not the government, but the people of Alaska.
Senator Obama on the campaign trail, and Senator Biden as well, they often criticize John McCain that, well, his plan is he's going to continue the policies of tax cuts for the wealthy. For those that maybe buy into that class warfare agreement or think, why shouldn't the rich pay more? My question to you is the converse. Why does everyone benefit if the rich pays less, or if everybody pays less in taxes? Why is that good for the economy?
That's a great question, and everybody does benefit when government takes less from the people, no matter what their income bracket is, because our businesses then and our families are able to keep more of what they're earning, reinvest in what they have as priorities. That's how jobs are created, and that's how we're going to grow our economy. But let me talk really quickly about our opponent's position on taxes. Barack Obama has had 94 opportunities to be on the side of the American taxpayer, and 94 times he has chosen to be on the opposite side. He could have either voted for tax cuts or at least not for tax increases, and 94 times he has chosen, I believe, the wrong position on those.
And that's going to be a key issue in this campaign. Things have gotten pretty heated in the campaign trail, and especially in the last 2 days. There were 2 weeks where I think you were the focus of the attack. Now it seems that the focus of the attack is Senator McCain. Do you think these attacks and ratcheting up these attacks by Barack Obama, I don't know if you had a chance to see his speech yesterday, and by Senator Biden, do you think these attacks will be effective?
I think the American people are getting down to the facts, and they're looking at voting records, and they're looking at allegiances, and they're looking at what a vision is that each candidate holds and is sharing with the American people. And there is such stark contrast between Barack Obama and Senator John McCain, and happy to talk about those contrasts, because this is what it's all about. People are interested in what the issues are that are affecting their daily lives. Americans are. They want to know that government is going to be put back on the side of the people, and that it will be their will implemented in their government. The people of America realize that inherently, all political power is inherent in the people, and government is to be implemented, policies are, on behalf of the people and the will that they desire that their government engage in. We can't underestimate the wisdom of the people of America. They're seeing through the rhetoric, and they're seeing through a lot of the political cheap shots also, and they're getting down to the facts and the voting records that are going to show that stark contrast.
Explain when you were governor and as governor of Alaska how you took on your own party.
Yeah.
Because there's, you know, you still have a very high approval rating, but there are people that still weren't happy about it. How did you take on your own party specifically, and do you think you'll be able to do that as well in Washington?
Well, I just recognized up there, as John McCain talks about on the campaign trail also, it doesn't matter which party it is that is just kind of creating this good old boy network and the cronyism and allowing obsessive partisanship to get in the way of just doing what's right for the people who are to be served. And I just recognize that it's not just the other party. Sometimes it's our own party that just starts taking advantage of the people. And I felt compelled to do something about it, decided to run for office, got in there, and with that mandate that I believe the people had just given me via their vote, they expected the changes to take place, that reform, and we're living up to that. And as we do, we are ruffling feathers.
Had Republicans in Washington lost their way in recent years?
I believe that Republicans in Washington have got to understand that the people of America are not solely satisfied with all the dealings within the party. Same applies, though, for the other party also. Americans are just getting sick and tired of the old politics as usual, that embracing of the status quo, going with the flow and just assuming that the people of America are not noticing that we have opportunity for good change. We have opportunity for a healthier, safer, more prosperous, and energy-independent nation at this time. People are getting tired of a process that's not allowing that process, that progress to be ushered in.
Governor, have you spoken with Senator McCain about your specific role in the McCain administration?
Sure have, and very excited about the role that I will play as his partner, and I will focus on energy independence and reform overall of Washington and tax cuts for Americans and reining in spending.
These are specific roles that you have already talked about that you would take on as Vice President?
Right, so I'd like to talk about each one of them, and I wish that we had hours to talk about this also.
I have nothing to do.
Okay, good. Because another thing that we'll talk about also is a role that I will play that is very near and dear to my heart, and that's helping families with special needs children and being able to strengthen our National Institute of Health also and find cures for presently incurable diseases. But first and foremost, an energy-independent nation. We must get there, Sean. It is a matter of national security and of our future prosperity, being able to quit relying on foreign sources of energy to feed our hungry markets. When we have the American supplies, we have the American ingenuity, and we have the American workers to produce these supplies of energy.
Let me ask you, Americans have heard, for example, a lot of information, false information, misinformation, or incorrect information on ANWR. Some have said that drilling there is going to hurt the animals, it's going to ruin the environment, it's going to hurt the environment, hurt the landscape. You know, it's clear, I've heard you talk passionately about your love for your state of Alaska.
Yeah.
You know, why then would you support drilling in Alaska, and why would that be a good thing? Why would you want to do that?
I support drilling in Alaska because it's going to be good for our nation and our
including
nations.
ANWR.
Absolutely. ANWR is a 2,000-acre plot of land, and it's a 20 million acre plot of land. It's about the size of LAX, that platform of land that we would need to explore. But no secret, John McCain and I agree to disagree on that one, and I'm going to keep working on him.
Have you had any discussions about it yet?
We have, we have. And
is he softening?
Well, I'm very, very encouraged, as we all understand that John McCain knows, more so than any other leader in our nation today, that for national security reasons, we must be an energy-independent nation. We must start taking the steps to get there. That's why he has embraced offshore drilling. That's why he has embraced the idea of the alternative fuels also. And I'll keep working on him with ANWR.
All right, there you go. There'll be some spirited discussion, I assume, in the administration.
The nice thing about him, too, is he is not asking me or anybody else to check our opinions at the door. He wants that healthy deliberation and debate within.
And you've talked about that, too.
Yeah, we sure have.
Yeah.
Yep, it's been refreshing.